favorite cookie. Hello, my name is Brooke Adams, and with me is Haley May, Jason Nichols, Leela Hatcher, and Andrew Jones. Today, we are reporting...
Da-na-na, da-na-na, this is Cave
Don't
Sports.
say this!
Tonight, the caveman versus the Homo sapiens. Who will win the Dino Ball Cup?
No, Jason. You're going way off topic.
Oh.
Today, we are reporting the Crusades. These were a series of wars between Christians and Muslims over the Holy Land, which was where Jesus had lived, preached, and died. The First Crusade was in 1096 through 1099. This war really got started when the Muslims captured Jerusalem. Pope Urban II encouraged Christians to join the armies. They went to attack. Here's Andy with a description of the weather at this time.
Thank you, Brooke. The weather in the Holy Land was quite a setback for the Christians. The Christians had to cross hundreds of miles to get to the Holy Land, killing many of their troops and weakening the army. The First Crusade was so successful because they did not have to fight in the hot and dry desert, therefore giving the Christians the advantage. Here is Brooke with the Second Crusade.
The Second Crusade was in the time period of 1144 through 1155. The Christians now prepared and attacked the holy city of Damascus. This journey was led by the Holy Roman Emperor Conrad III. Both of the First and Second Crusades were very devastating. Many peasants and knights lost their lives. Here is Jason interviewing a peasant.
Thank you, Brooke. I am here with a peasant whose husband went out to fight in the war. How did you feel when your husband first left?
Disappointed, and then I realized I had to be proud of myself.
How did you feel when you had to run the farm all alone?
Bitter.
Did you feel that your husband did a religious deed when he left to fight for the Holy Land?
At first, my disappointment clouded my judgment, but then I changed my mind.
What are you going to do with your children while you run the farm?
When they're older, they will help me on the farm.
When you heard the news that your husband heard the news that your husband died, how did you feel?
I thought, what would I tell the children? But then I realized I'd tell them that their father died a brave man.
All right, here's Haley with the Third Crusade.
That was a great interview. Thank you, Jason. Now, the Third Crusade was caused when Muslims retook Jerusalem or the Holy Land in 1189. The rulers of England, France, and the Holy Land Empire came together to form an army, but they still had big problems. The German king had died and the French king left, leaving only King Richard I in the Holy Land. King Richard I became enemies with a great Muslim leader named Saladin. Richard and Saladin fought and negotiated some rest. King Richard I captured a few towns and won protection for Christian pilgrims, but Jerusalem was still in the hands of Muslims. At the end of the that was the end of the Third Crusade. Here's Leila with important people in the Crusade. Thank you, Haley. Important people from the Crusade were Saladin. He was a very important Muslim general. Saladin showed kindness not only to his own fighters, but to other fighters as well. Also, Richard the Lionheart was known for his bravery. After the German king died and the French king left, King Richard was left alone, but he led 3 countries with bravery. Back to you, Andy.
The Second, Third, and Fourth Crusades were a complete failure because, unlike the First Crusade, they tried to take over cities that were located in the desert, giving the Muslims the advantage. The Muslims had lived there for a long time, therefore allowing them to adapt to their hot and dry climate. They wore long, thin, and baggy clothes, allowing them to move freely and not overheat. The Christians, however, wore metal armor, making them slow and inflexible while climbing up sand dunes and walking in the soft sand. The Christians kept coming back and over trying to control the Holy Land, but all have failed. Here's Brooke.
Thank you, Andy. In 1201, French knights arrived in Bitlis. They were going to the Holy Land and started the Fourth Crusade. The knights did not have much money, so they asked Vientianes for help. Vientianes would give them money in return if the knights would conquer Zara or a rival trade city. They attacked Sahara and later attacked Singapore and came back with many treasures. That was the end of the Fourth Crusade. Here is Brooke. Stay tuned for a rerun of this newscast at 5 o'clock. By the way, Jason, you're fired. Haha, sucker!
No, I quit. Wait, did you say fired? Does that mean that I get paid still at the end of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fired.